A tremendous explosion of energy erupts at a remote location, leaving behind a massive crater with a luminous sword embedded at its center. A voice echoes through the air, addressing someone named Leon. The young man stands frozen, tension radiating from every muscle as the voice continues. "Do you believe you are worthy?" it asks. Leon stares at the glowing weapon, his mind racing. For someone who has always surrendered to fate's cruel whispers, this moment feels surreal. He extends his trembling hand toward the sword, and energy begins to surge around him. The sacred blade speaks again, its words reverberating in his soul. The sword declares that opportunities must be granted fairly and asks Leon if this isn't right. As he grips the weapon, an intense wave of energy overwhelms him. The process is brutal, pushing him to his absolute limits. Meanwhile, a magnificent castle basks under a radiant sky. Inside the training grounds, two wooden swords clash with fierce intensity. Two young men battle each other, their determination palpable. A voice reflects on this world, a world governed by harsh irrationality. The blonde fighter lands a decisive strike, disarming his opponent. The wooden sword flies through the air and embeds itself in the ground nearby. Clutching his injured hand, Leon, our protagonist, lies on the ground, frustration burning in his eyes. "Damn it! Take this seriously. Are you saying I'm not even worth fighting?" he snaps. His opponent replies calmly that there's not a single person at the Royal Academy who would willingly fight him if it weren't for Leon. Irritated, Leon accuses him of toying with everyone, including himself just now. The blonde admits he was holding back, but acknowledges that Leon has improved compared to before. Leon finds no comfort in those words. Rising to his feet, Leon retrieves his sword and attacks with renewed fury, as if his life depends on it. He accuses the blonde of having a condescending attitude, something he despises. The blonde defends effortlessly while onlookers comment on the scene. They marvel at Leon's skill, the blonde one, and note how everyone else was defeated in a single strike. Someone wonders if it's because both fighters share the same name. Though their spellings match, one observer notes that the blonde Leon is more handsome. As Leon's sword flies away, seemingly reaching for the sun itself, someone mutters that he lost again. Sitting beneath the shade of a small wall, Leon catches his breath. He reflects that it's been 3 years since the blonde Leon transferred to the academy. No matter how hard he trains, he still can't surpass him. Despite sharing the same name spelling, they are opposites in every way. The blonde's looks and personality seem straight out of a fairy tale. Leon suspects the story about him being a commoner is a lie. He should belong to the noble class instead. He wonders bitterly if the blonde enjoys obstructing his path. Suddenly, the blonde Leon appears, extending his hand with a smile and asking if he's okay. Leon thinks to himself that if only the blonde were at least a jerk, things might be easier. Sighing, he accepts the offered hand. Before long, someone calls out to Leon. Our hero glances up, slightly annoyed. A figure in high heels approaches and slaps the blonde's hand away. It's Chloe, and she tells him to back off. The blonde looks confused as she turns her attention to Leon. Annoyed, she says everything hurts and accuses him of picking another fight with the blonde, asking why he keeps fighting when he knows he'll lose. The blonde Leon tries to speak, calling her name, but she interrupts. She grabs Leon's hand and notices it's bleeding. Insisting she'll treat it, she tells him to let her see. Leon pulls his hand back, saying it's fine. She persists, but he snaps that it's none of her business and tells her not to worry about him. His harsh tone surprises her. Without another word, Leon turns and walks away, leaving the two in silence. Later that night, darkness settles over the vast academy. The sound of repeated strikes echoes nearby. Under the moonlight, Leon continues beating on a tree trunk with his training sword. Frustration wells up inside him. If only he had blonde hair, family support, a master on par with his rival, or noble blood, would anything have been different? With one final blow, his training sword snaps in half. He stares at the broken pieces, bitter thoughts swirling in his mind. All he has is effort. In this irrational world, there are barriers that effort alone cannot overcome. He remembers that today is the blonde Leon's birthday. They must be throwing a grand celebration for the Academy's pride. Tossing aside the remnants of his sword, Leon collapses beneath a tree. He wonders if he should just endure one more day. He's already spent 3 years here, what's one more? Rolling onto his side, he clutches his head. Overcome with despair, tears stream down his face. Why must he give up? If everything is decided from the start, what's the point of trying? Sitting beneath the massive moon, he cries out to the heavens. "Oh goddess," he shouts. "What is the meaning of my effort and my life?" Silence greets him as he stares at the glowing moon. Embarrassed, he realizes there's no way she'll answer. But then, something extraordinary happens. A brilliant glow appears in the sky, something enormous and radiant, almost like a meteor descending toward him. Elsewhere, someone asks about Leon. The blonde replies that he hasn't seen him. Chloe, visibly annoyed, mentions that no one in the dorms saw him either, so she assumed he'd gone to the party. She wonders aloud where he could be. The blonde notes that she's thinking about him again. Ignoring him completely, she gathers her skirts and declares she's going to search for him now. An older man remarks that it seems Her Highness was rejected. The blonde tells Gilbert not to call him that, even when they're alone. If someone overheard, there would be no point in hiding his identity. Besides, he insists he has no right to that title. Smiling, Gilbert says that those of royal blood are destined to shine even brighter through their trials. He congratulates the prince on his 17th birthday, noting that only 1 year remains until the royal prophecy is fulfilled. He explains the prophecy. On the day a member of the Clyde Empire's royal family comes of age, the life of the overseer who supports the current emperor out of fear will end. The citizens will witness the advent of Rodri, the legendary sacred king. The blonde Leon asks if he means the great hero from 300 years ago, commenting that Gilbert's expectations are quite high. Thoughtful, Gilbert says they'll find out next year. Until then, he wishes to have both Chloe, who possesses special talent and is already learning 4th-tier magic, and Leon, a hardworking man whose mental strength surpasses anyone else's, at his side. He recites the prophecy again. On the day a man who bears the name of a lion reaches adulthood, a sword that destroys evil will descend from the heavens. In the center of the massive crater, a sword glows with immense power. Leon stares at it, tense and uncertain. He thinks to himself that it's a sword, a weapon that fell from the sky. The sword speaks directly to him. "Rise," it commands. Leon looks around nervously, asking who's there. The sword replies that it's right in front of him. Confirming his suspicions, Leon stares at the weapon. The situation feels utterly bizarre. This sword shines as brightly as the sun itself and speaks as if it were human. Could it be a holy sword? Without warning, the sword confirms his thought. "That's right," it says, adding that Leon was the one who summoned it here. Startled, Leon asks if he really summoned it. The sword explains, "Just as you always believed the world is unfair, while those who have everything are given even more, and those who have nothing lose even the little they possess, there are opportunities that must be granted fairly. Those who don't put in effort have no right to blame life's irrationality. Only those who fiercely set their lives ablaze are worthy." The sword asks, "Are you, Leon, who questioned the goddess of fate's irrationality, truly worthy?" Leon closes his eyes to calm himself, then narrows them with focus. Finally, he answers with conviction, "Yes." Beating his chest with determination, he declares that he is indeed worthy. The sword tells him that in that case, he must take her. She will give him the chance to prove his words. Leon understands what wielding a holy sword means. He might be able to change everything with this weapon. Thinking of the man who helped him while he was on the ground, Leon reflects on how unfair his reality has been. He remembers all the training he's done without missing a single day. As he slides down into the crater, he senses the sword's overwhelming power. He concludes aloud that all of this is unfair, that until now, he's been judged regardless of his effort. He worked hard to destroy the unjust reality he couldn't accept. He refuses to let his determination and effort become worthless trash. The weapon asks why he stands before her now. Leon replies that she asked whether he was worthy or not. He wants to prove his determination and effort to show that opportunity should be granted fairly. When Leon affirms this, the sword responds with approval. A massive surge of energy erupts behind him as the sword glows brilliantly. She declares that he has proven his integrity, calling him a hero. Then, shining even brighter, she tells him to pull her out now. Leon asks if by hero she means one chosen by an oracle. The sword clarifies that it has nothing to do with oracles, it is simply her will. His powerful mindset refuses to bow to noble blood, family, or even fate itself. His desire to prove his convictions instead of chasing gold or fame fulfills all conditions necessary to become a hero. She tells him now he must draw her. This is the right he earned, an opportunity granted fairly. Determined, Leon grips the sword. The weapon introduces herself as Elcid, a clone of the Holy King Rodri Kala's El Vivar. She is the sword that will guide the light of this era and tells her master Leon to destroy evil alongside her. Someone unseen asks if they've been summoned and comments that a holy sword and a commoner are starting to look promising. He questions whether she's asking why he decided to break the prophecy and explains that the name Leon also means lion, it isn't limited to the royal family. He states that the other lion doesn't meet his standards. The blonde has talent and destiny, but lacks determination. He hasn't matured yet. Seeing how Elsa isn't complaining, he assumes she's starting to like Leon too. Laughing, he says such things are rare these days. He tells her not to worry, Leon will be even better than the last hero if he uses her inheritance properly. It's time for those bastards to pay what they owe. He tells Elsa to take a good look at the sky and asks if that isn't her job. Suddenly, Leon wakes up in what appears to be a different place, his own bed. He wonders if it was all just a dream. Still drooling slightly, he sits up and looks around. That beautiful sword leans against the wall beside him. Trying to shake off his disbelief, he realizes it wasn't a dream after all. The sword speaks to him again. I'll repeat it, this was the opportunity you received. Nervously staring at the weapon, Leon listens as she adds that he shouldn't think he'll become stronger just because he has her now. She warns him that he'll face far tougher challenges than the opportunity she gave him. Those with great destinies must endure lives equally cruel or even worse. He may have to sacrifice the woman he loves or friends he trusts. She explains that he chose this thorny path on his own so he could live a special life. Leon repeats her words, thorny path. He questions whether this wasn't supposed to be an opportunity. That seems to catch the sword slightly off guard, but she closes her little sword eye and says very well. She tells him to prepare immediately and head to the training room. She needs him to show her how he handles a sword so she can assess his current level and teach him properly. Nervous now, Leon hears her say it's a test. Looking at the sky still dark with no sunrise yet visible, Elsa questions why he's been so restless since early morning. Leon explains that even though it's morning, they're still at school. He stands out too much already. Elsa seems incredulous as Leon admits he has no idea what excuse to make if someone bumps into him carrying a glowing sword. His master realizes that even in this form, it might still be difficult for him to carry around discreetly. She tells him not to worry, she has a solution. Without warning, the sword begins glowing intensely in his hand before transforming into pure energy and settling onto the back of Leon's hand as a mark, a sigil made by the sacred sword visible only to him. Elcid explains that this way Leon can use his own hand as a sheath, and she can instruct him at any time without being seen by others. Leon asks if that includes when he's asleep. His master says sometimes she sleeps, but sometimes she doesn't, but either way, she can't do anything while Leon's asleep. Leon suggests he could stand watch at night, then but Elsa calls that blasphemy. Annoyed now, Elsa tells him to cut the nonsense and just show what he's got already. Leon warns her she'll probably be disappointed, but Elsa says she won't be. Surprised by this unexpected response from Elsid, who explains calmly, "You did absolutely your best in your environment, referring to all effort throughout life." She asks what kind of master would blame a student for what they were never taught. This gives Leon more determination as he focuses for demonstration, delivering powerful strike followed by several blows filled with energy, until realizing something different. He's done these movements hundreds thousands times before, but continuing strike thinking power flows into hands, only because someone trusted him. Suddenly Elsa tells stop, catching surprised tense hero off guard. Embarrassed, asking what's wrong, saying was just, but Elsid cuts off, saying won't last, like shattering into pieces, startling remnants fall ground, something appears front, asking been using without realizing. Explains repetitive basic training helpful mastering didn't expect possible, someone not using aura. Liam asks what happened, however Elsid says doesn't need know right now, skills won't improve trusting without reason, she'll teach matured crouching down, realizes no way use right now. Elsid says trained basics very well, thinks teaching move body enough. Leon asks about moving body swordsmanship, then asks thinks wield without hands, leaving embarrassed. Explains knowing move properly foundation martial arts, although trained body well another level, she'll test physical capabilities, tells run. Leon asks how long, Elsid says until, tells stop, tells execute movements, soon gives order run one leg even handstands. Scared, thinks confident running ability, never run through training field one leg handstand, even no idea supposed make stronger, evaluating situation man, says incredible canvas worth painting. Heard East Old saying complete vessel just needs filled brim, even inherits part swordsmanship experience, former heroes able become master swordsman. After 300 years never allow successor remain level master lion, should able defeat dragon ease. Thinks doesn't know powerful demon king came era, maybe half power enough, then says hey why surprised, already made mine, take good look, while gates hell opening. Back academy, Leon sleeps, head resting hand, stern tone, Elsid calls, boy wakes, startled saying listening, definitely didn't fall asleep. Back classroom, great effort, thinks doing best, pay attention class, used lot strength, test aside class, missing single teachings crucial. Sword figured where start teaching, asks point view, thinks lacks, Leon thinks might swordsmanship, aura, Elsid says wrong. Tells eyes surprise, hero asks eyes, explains old proverb, says eyes feet courage strength. Observation most important followed feet, then courage, while watches disbelief, finishes saying strength comes last, course doesn't mean doesn't care, just means others more important. Leaves thoughtful thinking eyes, wonders vision improve, rolled around, starts weird movements, Elsid says now learn, see show useless eyes been until now. Liam surprised confused, beautiful day academy class continues torturing, wondering, see Elsid tells look forward, does saying using teacher front blackboard focal point, memorize 10 seconds. Tries focus, notices dark blue blackboard, middle-aged, gray hair, green eyes, among details seen, Elsid says time up, tells close eyes. Hero obeys, closes concentration, sword asks, many lines, written blackboard, leaving crushed. Leon says asked look teacher, Elsid corrects, said focal point, not look only, thinks was looking teacher, no idea blackboard. Elsid asks doesn't remember, adds sure board field vision, doesn't remember anything other teacher, even looking 10 full seconds, asks doesn't remember board. Defeated says doesn't know sword, says simple, explains because tried look only seemed important. Says eyes far wasted, imagines maybe filter unnecessary information. Most people don't use full field vision, tells focus entire field view, memorize every shape reflected, eyes drawing. Tells relax eyes way, discover see more broadly, next step all time not 10 seconds. Hero thinks could say impossible, never expected teachings easy, can't start complaining, tells look above blackboard another 10 seconds. Leon says all right, concentrates, seems, draws attention others. Blonde Leon looks, calls name, concerned. Late afternoon arrives academy hero, looks more zombie, future hero thinks, eyes, head, feels split too. Elsid says all right, things going great, explains fatigue, eyes, just dry, tensing unnecessarily, however headache, feeling different. Because attribute dormant until now, pain appeared, releasing frozen, explains, no different, muscle pain, Leon asks, saying like muscle ache, sword says about right, probably bit different since brain doesn't feel pain, should think way. Besides, they'll continue training, suddenly getting excited looking, maniac says understands. Elsid asks, look, chandelier asks, many candles, hero guesses, 2 sword says 3, calling idiot. Asks guy passed 3 seconds ago, wearing glasses, Leon says yes, master continues asking, wearing tie, moment later asks, light, 12th room, left on, hero says was. Asks above, Leon stammers, saying yes, no, almost same time, keep walking around place, reach shelter, finally room, let's scream inside. Holding hands over eyes, rides pain, Elsid says acceptable, first day, thinks praised, not asking, stop, rest. Liam asks would let rest, asks sword says no, hero wonders long been pushed limits like while since mind felt weak. Elsid says getting too comfortable means stagnated limit, how far go just repeating same training, even advantages repetitive training, problem body finds easy way. Leon asks find easy way, explains body gets used, own training method, changing method absolutely necessary. Hero asks running drills, reason sword confirms yes, needed, become aware things not used, makes thoughtful. Explains way humans train lives, develops bones, muscles, nervous systems differently, navigators develop strong sense balance, hunters develop directional sense, nomads exceptional vision. Leon thinks understands trainings meant improve strengths, compensate weaknesses. Elsa decided start first, sword says strengths, stamina built, continuous training mindset, fundamentals, swordsmanship, practicing basic movements. Weakness, rigidity caused excessive repetition, lack mental physical flexibility. Leon asks aura, swordsmanship, Elsid seems annoyed. Says end swordsmanship, just wield sword, can apply fundamental movements, adapt situations. Already swordsmanship, explains course, extremely powerful sword styles, irritated slams forehead against, asks who teach something like someone, nothing, promise loyalty. Using head, hero says right, while sword watches closely, continues saying comes aura, not much say now, asks other defeated, using aura says someone like learning aura, raise suspicion, many people. She'll teach aura once leaves academy, now should focus, master C asks doesn't want beat guy soon possible. Determined, Leon says right, getting super hyped, sword says not enough, boy asks what. Asks hasn't already said get used, repetitive training, even focuses, recalling nervous teacher, noticed student watching way. Says bound, get bored, same training method. Leon thinks getting bad feeling, stammering, asks Elsid going, sword says nothing major. Just give punishment every time answers wrong, point won't have kind, leisure get used. They'll start tomorrow. Liam filled dread thinks punishment. Elsid says not bullying, no reason, just very effective method called operant conditioning, says although mentality willpower useful, still needs push. Hero stammers, saying even thinks sword right, going get punished sooner later, might well make mind get started already with develop corresponding resilience well. Elsid asks boy really wants go through, nods, thumbs up, saying all right, bring on. Very next moment lets huge scream, suffering intensely, sword asks really only 5 seconds, hero collapses bed passed out. Elsid explains since first couldn't calibrate properly, she'll hold back, go easier next time, smiling says either way raise intensity, keeps making mistakes, all has do get right, everything fine. Excited says give all tomorrow, hero lies fried floor thinking damn sword demonic. Sun rises academy, hero already out there giving all once again, sword maybe spirit perched shoulder during class, teacher visibly uncomfortable, strange stares, students. Back quarters trains hard, pushing body limit outside. Elsa asks many pigeons, dorm rooftop, hero answers 10, asks which fly first, says 6, asks many sitting open window. Leon says aren't pigeons crow. Elsid says wasn't bad considering only been month, really hard spot. Crow even almost failed, overly hopeful asks, so Sword says stop here, rest, celebrating lot. Hero thinks finally break after entire month. Blonde Leon suddenly appears calling boy, catching off guard, leaving flustered. Brief silence between few seconds turns challenging look, says Bin, while Leon thinks hasn't seen since starting training. Elsid putting aside figures, been about half month since talked Chloe. Blonde boy says been training right after lunch, pretty typical, says Kane because bit worried, now relieved. Hero asks worried what? Says since been month since challenged, thought given up like everyone else. Adds judging face, looks quite eager. Leon asks obvious, other boy says yes while smiling. Explains faces people think beat him very different. Leon smiles, satisfied. Information says yet good you so came looking during lunch, why don't leave now, finished business. Blonde boy says cold, says Ben, while talked like asking why not talk, bit more provocatively asks even have talk. Boy smiles, says 10 minutes enough. Leon scratches head unsure, respond end gives, sits beside boy, sit silence few seconds just appreciating view. Blonde breaks silence saying must heard rumor, one claiming not commoner finding ironic asks rumor asks really need bring saying didn't seem trying hide whether should speaking more formally. Boy says didn't start conversation because think saying coming hides identity, not upperclassman. Hero bit surprised words, relaxes, says course. Other boy asks knows why accepted duels first place, remembering moments, says yes boy wouldn't affected, refused could just avoided duels without revealing identity, kept going only out goodwill. Annoyed thinks nothing more, generosity. Victor compared long commits, suddenly. Blonde says should just end already, catching off guard, making nervous. Incredulous asks really means end. Other says no need keep dragging like reinforces next duel should last one fought, pure swordsmanship, no aura using real swords instead wooden ones. Hero feels impacted, requests tries process idea little challenging look. Blonde adds wins fight, boy becomes subordinate. Anxious wonders sort declaration decide hierarchy, says basically kind. Wager asks what guarantee promise since not magical contract, something verbal could broken any time. Blonde agrees were someone else would case. Boy inflexible man got here out pride believe word also reinforces type keep promise matter reason. Leon checks condition duel loses becomes others subordinate. Boy confirms while wants say more right after excited asks what happens defeats blonde. Seems thought really gives renewed motivation, however Leon doesn't even flinch possibility, then says give whatever wants long doesn't endanger honor family's techniques arcane swordsmanship anything. Smiling Leon says all right decide day duel okay walks away. Blonde tells let know ready since location need preparation needs no 3 days advance. Each walks off. Resolve man says moment finally arrived. Leon chosen whims sacred sword. Leon prince trying seize throne moment true duel begin. Something wrong. Hero seems just little nervous, all being asks what's going, questions whether nervous afraid after coming far since doing just fine moment ago. Leon answers not really like honestly wants no gotten stronger. Elsid seems puzzled, response looks hand covered. Marks says even though past months training really tough. Anxiously adds doesn't feel gotten stronger. Sword listens without responding, wearing thoughtful expression. Talking weapon explains even doesn't realize much stronger now because doesn't need worry. Elsid adds vision different kind strength, why can't sense since hasn't used properly. Says taken other measures besides physical assessment later. Other agrees. Says wait because something beyond imagination about happen. Stretches arm back being smiles betting won't able back up. Just said slightly concerned doesn't know expect. Man tells several boys form line according numbers anyone isn't feeling well step out rest begin warm up miserably nervous remembers last assessment 9th called even though physical ability evaluated without mana top rankings filled nobles taking account 9th limit. Elsid asks other rank. Boy replies first. Sword says makes sense. Blonde seems trained lot, although not much. Hero not even comparable. Spoiled brats other noble houses, even though running short distance race 2 laps field should 800 meters. In race other scored 1 minute 20 seconds, meanwhile dark-haired did 1:40 because 20 seconds difference other boy unmatched. Sword full confidence tells boy, not scared trying after all hero now has ally boy processes just heard says put trust Elsid. Boys prepare run evaluator announces race begins waves flag everyone starts goal getting fast possible someone clearly isn't playing around gives all leaving others stunned. Even blonde one people left speechless boy dashes far ahead everyone else pushes hard stays first place running fast famous blue hedgehog. Girl holding stopwatch calls announces finished run 1 minute 29 seconds boy gets super excited main rival looks bit nervous. Evaluator approaches asks boy learned aura replies hasn't man asks confirm power truly wasn't used grabs arm seemingly reading mana. Leon believes man searching something infusing mana into knows aura would immediately dispelled during test disbelief man realizes hero hasn't learned still can't believe changed much just few weeks asks kind training did. Shyly replies only trained fundamentals since had more breaks before man reviews documents thoughtfully noting boys training volume used abnormally high. Asks body improved rest after many years work soon dismisses idea nonsense, while others look envy blonde also seems uncomfortable some way situation. Hero quietly asks Elsid might happened casually sword says things turned out just said would Leon nervously asks sacred object give answers. However before addressing asks where thinks strength comes biologically speaking watch helmet full energy papers young replies muscles. Elsid explains world most physical training methods focus increasing muscle mass only half journey also says within concept nervous system muscles neurons connected strength exert depends development neurons. Strength doesn't depend solely someone's physical appearance because neural connections Leon's struggling understand thinks himself never heard before. Muscle density decided innate factors limit how big muscle gets something already reached through intense training conclusion Elsid explains focused developing hero's nervous system replies kind understood. Still confused asks exactly sword did saying didn't undergo kind training guessing something happened while asleep weapon reveals part punishment inflicted completely stunned answer. Moment returns private reality where only see talk magical object goes silent while no one else understands reaction because something dormant released why muscles hurt much. Pain felt every failed vision training session part nervous systems development process hero asks why didn't explain earlier sword replies because then get more depressed. Liam makes strange expression hard read listens sword talk mastering vision way escape pain recalls moment teacher remembers another moment student reflecting hearing reason punishment made realize needed go through. Elsid believes hadn't gone through wouldn't been focused finally leaves suggestion air thanks sacred sword just did expected feel great now things going well. Liam wonders object doesn't resemble more demonic sword also questions whether really fused soul personality great hero Rodri meant actually villain not hero. As snapping back reality hears other students cheering joyfully something else their expected blonde unbroken record boy gives triumphant look directed hero responds look clear irritation. Irritation justified after all took second place couldn't beat main rival would strange could surpass other just 1 month shouldn't try feel satisfied. Deep down something still bothers even Leon used ranked somewhere between first 9th now climbed second place excited believes can win rather will win. Back student dormitories night already ready rest asks type training begin next day Elsid responds vision training went beyond just practicing memorization. Says nothing more done regarding physical capacity would better gain experience applying learned boy says hard real battles because sword suggested leave academy. Leo eagerly asks could teach swordsmanship sacred object already tries dismiss idea saying just dream explains learn swordsmanship needs assimilate aura first because doing more than enough use fundamentals up certain point. Martial arts without aura nothing cheap tricks even called secret techniques only hard deal first time see hero become easy counter once moves read Elsid also asks thinks other would fall such mediocre tricks. Frustrated asks what can Elsid tells use emotions recalling blonde victory, also own improved time sacred object says sword been trained effort long time powerful. Physical capabilities increased similar level. Now not even main rival able defeat taking deep breath adds eat but says needs real battle experience asks there's anyone would start fight. Boy cuts train thought off right away saying no one like academy next day still thinking discussions suddenly someone asks young commoner named Leon. Group boys watches stares pays more attention group notices badge uniforms concludes from noble class angrily question commoner got second place. Certainly young man used trick even fooled instructor 3 won't fooled Leon thinks himself amazing jerks like exist everywhere speaks boys problem rankings. Hero says group should complain instructor, not satisfied rankings trio disbelief wonders guy like dares talk way guys ask suppose no kind trick used especially since didn't swear loyalty already suspicious 9th place beginning. Believe real finally showed face ask which family backing notices not paying attention saying probably didn't even intend talk first place eyes just annoying weed want rip out. Another person appears behind stairs newcomer tells not upset adds even commoner all students same academy audience gathered here taunting shows signs admiration. Lord Elman explains can call punishment nobles impose dignity finishing statement asks others think agree man saying expected pride Bourbon family. Ellison asks that's leader group belongs major family hero answers second son Bourbon family guy always second physical exam probably irritated Leon took place. Behavior nobles going after weak retaliating against nobles always same Elman says shame first encounter happening like young man says hero might feel wronged nobles can't just accept things quietly. Extends hand says hope accept proposal boy replies once hear proposal first other nobles react angrily response Lord Elmwood silences gesture. Elm suggests have few matches under supervision instructor defiant look Leon reflects how things going be two young men share calmer smile. May seem noble made generous offer bringing instructor hero knows clear disadvantage proposal since Elmont didn't include condition against using aura means using advantage. Understands raises objection others try pressure saying deceiving instructor also knows even refuses duel obviously try defame some other way. Leon turns head look something eyes meet blonde middle crowd hero believes possible other get out situation right after clenches teeth. Thoughtful knows relying rivals help nothing more begging aid imagining would humiliation even greater harsher ongoing provocation Leon accepts duel. Raising eyebrows Elman shows mild surprise accepted proposal return hero requests helmet supervise fight one person per day other promise never question skills again wins. Asks noble accept counter offer Leon suggests because Academy's demonic instructor spot trick coincidentally upon mention man feels ear warm up end lord accepts terms. Boy doesn't care supervise fight thinks shame won't able beat up until satisfied back dorm room says bastard had look face never imagined gain real battle experience way. Elsid sees terms results great some hesitation asks sword thinks beat without using aura adds guesses not since never fought someone can use sword seems brilliant idea asks should show make things easier. Not quite understanding question replies what very excited snaps fingers saying method should easiest terminal appears front displaying name level -18 some skills class says hero still doesn't use aura. Bit surprised asks sword what replies what else would capable right now changes screen says these stats Brat Elmont explains rote based standards not very objective. Surprise asks Brat really weak says second accounts family probably consumed every kind elixir received sorts training gets stronger Elsid explains even someone takes lots elixirs can't digest turn average. Training likely doesn't compare says people might think without rank 99 points however says surpass limit referring heavy training rapid development. Elsid adds help own hard work even without still capable facing fools leaves bit surprised asks means won't lose terms physical ability case fine. Just Elsid said sword stands blankly waiting reflect hero thinks from now aim top, not below no way lose someone like Elmont looking determined full courage. Questions why Terminal says title hero still can't use aura Elsid says doesn't like should just get stronger beautiful day 1 Gates place. Hero walking down corridors until someone suddenly calls out looking side sees instructor watching man says seems could change month says would stopped acting recklessly seems doesn't need. Asks boy isn't hero replies not sure talking smiling man says pretending not know tells do best though doesn't understand what's going. Excited idea helmet tells teach idiots lesson asks understood now seems gotten message entering hall sees already full people. Right after enters determined look soon enters someone calls out scowl face asks mere commoner dares make wait says acting like rules don't apply. Ignoring all turns instructor says begin now man says fine then says both putting names honor line match witness asks Jeff Heinrich wishes match. Furiously says wants commoner admit own crimes hero watches serious look helmet asks wants match boy explains wants duel last time ever gets bothered. Clapping hands man says all right orders both take 2 steps forward stand position call Leon watch match thinking disadvantage not able use even wooden sword cut aura being used. Elsid asks hero wants C stats replies no fine matter strong still just subordinate no reason borrow power someone like out nowhere boy rushes arena. Screaming charges hero wooden sword Leon thinks coming diagonal slash upper right lower left thinks since obvious move wait maybe actually fake out. Waits attack come watches sword descending toward head wonders guy why slow swift counterattack dodges strike hits head. Greatly surprises instructor also scares friends even Chloe blonde shocked move Heinrich stands frozen mark forehead drooling trembling slightly. Bit nervous looks back wondering boys deal complete surprise collapses ground like tree trunk while wonders really ended fast groaning pain ground struggles say you. Getting great difficulty tells boy not think one lucky shot just made mistake irritated says go again should fight once more instructor says Jeff lost won't allow unpleasant behavior. Hero smiles says all right response surprises both boy helmet laughing hard says commoner sure knows place excited says fine won't go easy time. Something sword speaks tells not end 1 strike time 2 face each other instructor commands begin Elsid says first time using vision real battle considering volunteered training partner should no ending 1 hit just being merciful. Hero says got it boy charges wildly another exaggerated strike blocks ease focusing applies teachings vision realizes guy slow see movements arms legs even pupils predicting next move. Elsid says because figured initial movements tell next Heinrich keeps attacking boy continues defend skillfully time something different happens. Notices wooden sword slices bit hair realizes started using aura even can still read movements screaming wildly tells try best dodge attacks. Elsid says think recklessly go offensive like against someone just beat amateur doesn't even know distribute stamina throughout fight defending Leon thinks even enhancement physical skills through aura has limits. After block seems noticed something realizes found opening attacks without mercy hitting leg clearly feels strike becoming furious right after. Heinrich jumps farther away putting distance between holding injured leg calls opponent fool says should finished off already yelling says won't able bring down kind attack. Next moment something seems wrong struck flurry blows quick succession Elsid asks hero thinks Leon replies just she said wants use vision during training moving target best. Getting up again desperate says gives up instructor Helmuth announces winner spectators cheer result except buddies scared bit nervous later night people comment whether saw duel between Elmont's clique. One guy says didn't know could fight well started challenging each one them beginning Jeff all lost having sent infirmary after fight end only one left someone questions whether would really lose. Elsid says such easy opponents using very elegant fencing style without soul says can't believe level even while using aura hero says believes today different. Sword says today important not lower guard. Hero enters arena meets opponent. Elm stands seriously waiting emanating aura. Elcid says looks like guy stopped being arrogant. Boy agrees does seem way. Leon thinks using aura physically stronger was something status window shown earlier. Said Sword Vision thinks since only level 1 probably isn't very powerful. Believes unknown techniques scariest chance won't able see through special vision. Appearing satisfied situation says didn't expect turn would actually come. Calm expression replies is so tells already knew would happen really irritates. Man thinks perfect sparring opponent prepare duel other even though great physical skills even without weaker taken account. Because level where imbue even sword dangerous try block attacks. Wooden sword aware thinks case wonders should avoid direct fight try provoke first while helmet commands match begin. At moment energy blast passes right face catching completely off guard. Small cut appears cheek wonders sword energy arena points aura charged sword. Leon starts think might not able face because speed difference between enormous opponent gets stance using frightening aura thinks, although scumbag still direct descendant counts family. Smiling says no wonder others lost would trampled were just arrogant commoner different story, someone worth recruiting considers joining right now forget about trivial feelings between them. Seems like something quickly approaching dodging hair sword brushes past face once again reposition arena cut appears cheek while irritated says you. Now furious shouts arrogant only because picked up few useless skills. Smiling asks is so Elcid offended repeats useless skills calls out replies yes. Asking little weakling just called skill useless didn't bit startled calls out says people say even rivers mountains change 10 years, yet after 300 being mocked bedwetting brat. Leon senses out nowhere threatening aura emerges asks can see kid white teeth stammering bit replies can says insult teacher receive scolded student teeth stay intact until end test then punished. Hero thinks 1-2 teeth won't enough pull out many can. Elman looks bit surprised asking kind vigor incredible agility launches opponent starts attacking boy defends best can. Hellman surprise strength blows stands people watching comment being pushed back blonde says no says offensive hasn't knocked out ring yet. Arena thinks sucks trying too hard weren't opponents aura stands blonde says keep going turn battle attrition full rage opponent complains persistent should stayed last inconvenient spot lying ground. Ready keep going replies other should look who's talking prepares compensate lack strength speed vision power allows anticipate opponent's actions believes see attack little faster able make up disadvantage. Needs read movements much more precisely quickly broadly too, until something happens opponent front madness like fighting underwater hero seems block attack, moving nearly speed light positions mirrored stance other. Excited realizes plan working even angrier curses asking really can't use aura examiner still doesn't detect aura hero still can't believe managed push opponent back far. Now wicked smile other says can't believe being forced use something against boy feeling quite uneasy becomes suspicious could Elman activates power around body weapon thinks arcane fencing. Annoyed because enemy can all sorts things sword thrust stab slash using own power knows can't waste single second other young man approaches strike realizes going stab can dodge. Comes full force manages evade however something else happens after strike didn't expect attack feat technique assumes opponent dodge Morbin's secret technique goes direct blow torso. Even try dodge hit ribs can't fight broken ribs even being able see swords path vision can't escape thinks going get hit going lose. Eyes light up more intensely hair stands end resembling famous fighter, while thinks urgently himself move boy seems force himself hard ground part clothes rip kind intense power. Power jump over opponent looks up tense disbelief done meanwhile from above strikes hard clearly feels blow lands behind stands stunned hit. Glares visibly angry someone comments only hit left arm wonders since one arm versus two wouldn't disadvantage blonde tells forget injured arm sure real danger shock Bourbon families arcane fencing failing. Elm thinks not yet gain advantage having both hands frontal strike. Does durability wooden sword reach limit because aura-powered attacks decides break sword win. Charging shouts been dancing palm whole time calls commoner upward strike lands direct hit disarming boy seems not really understand just happened. Next moment takes heavy blow mouth spitting upward powerful attack teeth fly all directions audience everyone seems celebrate fight Chloe looks very happy friend. Helmet quite satisfied declares winner little later Elsid says great job disciple since defeated useless technique now choose words more carefully. Liam wonders character improve after being defeated just once should fine since made oath duels winner Elsid says instead actually very surprised leaving confused. Explains just open door acceleration progressing much faster expected not really understanding asks acceleration picking teeth floor helmet thinks definitely knocked out quite few. Sometime later walks through halls massaging shoulder meanwhile asks acceleration did when dodging arcane fencing explains asking knows their moments human body moves slower mind especially state acceleration reflex faster conscious thought nothing actual speed. In case asks thinks trained swordsman move fast replies because learn use aura says only partially right because don't use body won't able withstand own power. Normally only few people able learn acceleration after learned aura says used acceleration even before starting use only used legs even incomplete execution still very impressive. Means instinctively surpassed limits through sheer willpower smiling asks how wait minute asks didn't say body wouldn't handle power feels perfectly fine wonders because execution incomplete. Sword says something like had used across whole body insides would turned inside out worried asks isn't little dangerous then says must time should take care body now. Hero asks talking questions what time out nowhere takes heavy damage side effect acceleration sword says what else course muscle pain. Adds should grateful only experiencing after using acceleration warns not use again until learns or else die feeling pain intensely says knows too. Another day academy walks through campus among students, some girls murmur something passes, everyone seems whispering things about some say heard experimented fed elixirs. Another says hides true identity secret weapon palace bumps into group friends beat up concluding guys must spread plenty rumors Elsid says show up all kinds excuses having lost questions nobles pride. Leon says head wouldn't have come sword says fair point hero seems spot something front appears gentle look girl says hi bit surprised says then sometime later outside building. Smiling asks how doing supposed alchemy class right now asks skipping class calls idiot asks why would skip class says teacher sick no class asks really thinks would just meet him. Goes silent smiles leaving chair says something changed confused asks been avoiding talking lately out nowhere started fighting bunch nobles asks any idea worried she were. Surprises lowers head thoughtful getting scolded thinks much time passed able talk such comfortable open way thinks ah that's it now think understand felt about how jealous got beside. Felt overwhelmed own inferiority complex thinking had nothing special thinks hated world where wasn't rewarded hard work blamed himself remembers sword appeared faced saying case would give chance prove says after those fights name everyone's lips school even rumors only improved because randomly picked up magic sword girl looks moment hero crying. Bit surprised tense situation tries soften asking why crying all sudden saying just rumors part sword probably went too far explains nothing like magic sword. Keeps looking worried thinks even though speaks rudely terrible personality picked up when rock bottom meanwhile man eating little cookie said what little brat had already apologized since mood seemed nice. Elsid wonders suddenly grew even just little thinks hero someone saves world then hero decides become hero just capable wielder sacred sword surpass expectations. Keeps looking without really understanding man says doesn't quite get just talking girl suddenly grown bit more wonders something been perfect since birth should understand. Sword says doesn't care reason Nami finally seems worthy being cultivated out nowhere suddenly gets uncomfortable covered goosebumps friend worriedly calling. At night, students' quarters, lying down deep, thought thinks really changed, remembers saying seemed lot better now, confused, explains no longer looks nervous, can look ahead. Says looks like but difference like one person looking up, other looking forward, surprised, says would nice could talk occasionally, there's no one ear could honest feelings stand side. Said well see can do curled up bed, apologizes apologizing, thinks doesn't believe can do next duel last, thinks another place, blonde watches night, thoughtful reflecting, says next day someone slams hard, training dummy. Hero there just destroyed another wooden sword, while Elsid wonders even perfect condition training sword last, besides technique proficiency training style powerful, puts too much strain, sword training sword weaker, real one. Leon says pushed himself succeed once because person's trump card only shown once since would obvious countered genius like kept using same move. Thinks overcome techniques, read thinking beat, Alcid asks seeing status window few days ago, irritated that much terminal, said blonde level 25 many skills swordsman, both talent noble lineage exalted. Asks intermediate aura user use energy blade, adds blonde can also use aura body, already stronger instructors level, only most talented knights reach 30s, assesses data, realizes even though loses strength agility bit more stamina, definitely tough opponent, getting fired up. Says not someone can't beat, Allison says good mindset, says give much advice can should use foundation prepare win duel against other, looks excited then calls, says if only loses against what plan after. Surprised says won't answer, asks why, says test didn't already say beginning trials endure harder, having opportunities bit uneasy, asks isn't bit too difficult first trial, Elsid says fight could become turning point life. Adds wins against then explain everything, understand why after hearing explanation day goes continues intense training until weather begins turn heavy rain falls elsewhere, someone says results above expectations. Man says knew others weren't bad, while blonde watches rain window didn't think would defeat sitting, remembers saying wasn't sure evaluations before. Smiling old man says 3 years ago right person, not long time since defeated second son, counts family body can't use aura, can now conclude no reason doubt potential anymore. Mentions had message today, said ready excited man, says finally young man says would like ask favor, thinking defeat definitely make night beyond speaks, while thinking rain keeps pouring heavily, academy. Hero walks through halls, powerful lightning bolt strikes bit tense, says feels like someone heavens preparing battle, Elsid says hero putting future line, no surprise heavens stirred. Helmet says arrived on time, hero notices today quiet, instructor explains request seems like wants focus fight unlike other matches took place here, Elsid says brat wanted humiliate public, hero nervously laughs. Man continues says since no audience only one observer besides witness, hero asks who's going watch, satisfied sword says understood, hero asks knows who. Then says probably makes hero even more nervous, tense asks why would please, says doesn't seem understand what's going, says since blonde thinks likes plans use fight push girl toward. Explains many cases king subordinate fight over woman, remembers saying wins fight boy becomes subordinate, hero gets really irritated with thinks one-on-one, while remembering sitting under tree also remembers made dual agreement including part loses becomes subordinate. So good enough reason, observer drawing clear line who lead who follow believes truly meticulous plan would carry out course way doing disregards feel. Suspected now thinks really high class noble, someone tries manipulate relationships emotions others political technique doesn't treat others equals, annoyed wonders path noble truly disgusted. Elsid looks sees clenching fists, comments angry, confirms adds should never done going have teach fool lesson already combat arena, two boys face each other front judge. Smiling blonde says late determined look, says one early looking back asks where observer comments heard called smiling man says place can't see wouldn't fair made mistake because distracted because would just become excuse well. Smirking ironically asks really case excited says should start right now, blonde interrupts pulls out small jar taking pill inside suddenly swallows confused asks hell just ate. Explains pill suppresses aura because even said wouldn't use could activate automatically would bad tense instructor hands weapon boy asks should begin. Two opponents face each other ready fight thinks completely serious very different usual self however comes focus won't lose either helmet gives signal start two swords clash arena noble attacking hero defending. Seems little tense nervous meanwhile other boy charges starts unleashing series quick strikes also deflected thinks overestimated own strength won't last even 30 seconds keeps taking attacks head-in. Without pause noble charges force still tense manages block bit frightened situation thinks boy's sword feels like whip realizes completely different level compared Elmont beyond something more. Thinks already using vision noble's image seems blurrier any other opponent faced far realizes needs calm down incomplete parts image compensated many times fought against before. Boy continues relentless assault Gilbert impressed wonders really duel between students helmet also impressed thinks even though not using aura level fencing combat might even surpass knights. Hero thinks strong truly monster, while Noble wonders when became strong Gilbert keeps observing fight impressed thinks knows much genius Lord didn't expect keep up. Noble keeps attacking non-stop who believes attack double feet, something more straining vision realizes read figure lunges boy same time being attacked. Next moment has cut armor right chest plate shock, Noble notices lock own hair flying through air cut opponent's sword gets into position continue fight while strands blonde hair fall across arena. Boy seems slightly irritated checks hair regains breath arena while thinking had been wondering why attacks after first weren't powerful worried Noble realizes hero intended beginning turn battle stamina. Observes controlling breathing next moment smiles, while blonde questions whether fallen strategy two opponents stare each other thinks must get close enemy drains stamina slowly turn tide side. Tactic doesn't allow slightest mistake strategy. Nothing fantastical about Noble thinks can feel will win coming needs break desire first because can't never able bend will boy starts using techniques while Gilbert table surprised thinking using fast steps using arcane technique imperial family right there. Hero under pressure moment knows technique uses muscles blood flow allow user go beyond physical limits. Noble thinks even though not complete technique since can't use aura believes even half power should enough. Liam puts effort 2 had raise perception maximum, then opponent charges devastating attack manages, repel Noble thinks 2 shallow wonders actually dodged holding injured arm questions whether quickstep technique truly isn't using aura. Elsig whispers ear didn't use aura startled jumps surprise calming down asks serious sword explains human body stronger faster thinks even though body strengthening techniques like quick steps also one's boosts strength endurance shouldn't try judge. Next instant opponent already upon ready attack annoy shouts asking how dare get distracted why looks calm sensing attack says could say same asks only using arcane swordsmanship now. Thinks calm ass lost rhythm do interruption remembers saying not try judge what can done using common sense just receives cut cheek next moment thinks no didn't interrupt. Plants feet firmly ground while opponent focused seems tense realizes just 5-6 steps until outring been pushing all time moment appears more intimidating Gilbert hasn't stopped being shocked thinks atmosphere shifted shouldn't way break through level quick steps. Used think only one way win that enduring attacks order protect small advantage had stamina weighted opponent get exhausted using quick steps since had acceleration smirking scoffs says isn't fun. Noble boy tense seems confused.